What's going on, guys? Big welcome to you all to our channel. We are team crushing the meta. As you can see, whole new setting with the banner, my favorite card slide behind me, and yeah. So today we are back with another video. In today's video, we will talk about, well, let's say we will address the elephant in the room, and I literally mean the elephant. So about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we got the reveal of the new Jumbo the Stungun. Well, Jumbo the Stungun back in the days, if we search for Jumbo the Stungun, so we go Jumbo the Stungun. So Jumbo the Stungun, the original one, Vanguard, of course, already was a very interesting card, as you can see right here. So it's a pretty old card, and what it did is during the battle phase, when this unit is placed on Vanguard, you will soul charge one, and then choose a card from your damage zone and you turn it face up. So this card is pretty old. It's from PD16, and it was used a lot back in the days, well, at least for me. The reason why I used it so much is because it was good during the turn that you went into your Emperor. It was also good during the Legion turn. The reason why it was so good is it could actually give you the counter charge back so you could attack more. So let's say, for an example, you attack with your Legion and you have only 2 counter blasts left, but you still have a Ogle left in your deck, a frozen Ogle. So what you do, you counter blast 2, put a card from your hand into your soul, and you call 2 cards. You call Jumbo the Stungun and the Ogle. With that, you could not soul charge your Ogle. So first you go through all of your Ogles except one, and then you go into Jumbo the Stungun and your Ogle, and then Jumbo the Stungun will soul charge and counter charge, and then you will not soul charge your Ogle, and you will have a counter blast left for the Ogle that you just called. So you attack with Jumbo, Jumbo go back to the deck because of Bad and Dragger skill and the Legion, and then you attack with your Frozen Ogle skill. You could call something out of your deck. And if that something is something that could call more, you would do that, of course. But back in the days, you pretty much will go for an attacker, or maybe a Skydiver or a Juggernaut, depending on what your opponent does. But that's not what we are talking about. So this is the original skill of Jumbo the Stungun. He needs to call, being called during the battle phase. He was a common, and he was in 8k, a grade 2, 5k defense. So now we have the new Jumbo the Stungun. So pretty much the art kinda, of course, stayed the same. They changed it a little bit, like a different angle, but it's the same big head, it's the same clothes, same everything. I don't know the flavor text yet, but I think we will find out very soon. Maybe we could find it. Do you want to search? Let's search together. So Vanguards. I think this one's the right one. Jumbo the Stungun, and then we have the series. So thank you AVG, but no thanks. So this is pretty much the new one. Yep. We don't have the translation for the flavor text. Boys, I can't read Japanese. I could understand a little bit of Japanese, but I can't read it. So this is the new one, though it's easier than this, although here we have the reactions of some of my friends and fans. But yeah, here we have it. It's on Wiki. So Jumbo the Stungun is a promo that we will receive somehow, somewhere, at the time this year, yes. It's a 5k shield, grade 2, 10k because of force, it has intercept and everything, the art as we talked about, and now the skill. So first, let's talk about the second skill and then go back to talk about the first skill. So the second skill is auto on Vanguard. Once per turn, when a force marker is put on this unit's circle, soul charge 1. and if you did not countercharge this turn, countercharge 1. Alright, so this ability is designed very, very, very smart. It's not that it needs to be called during the bell phase or anything. The marker needs to move into this unit, which could be done pretty much in V. This card was designed, or at least this part of the skill was designed for V. So you go Bull Spike, you move the markers to him, and then you countercharge, you soul charge, which is pretty good because from that moment on you could keep on using the skill of, let's say, Spiking Cyclone. So let's say for an example you have Rising target, Spiking Cyclone, and Bull Spike. You have this guy chilling on the field, but you don't have any Counterblast left. So what you do right here is you attack first with whatever, and then you attack with this guy, move the markers to this guy, and then you get the soul charge and the counter charge, and then you attack with, let's say, your biggest attacker, which is the Juggernaut. For an example, you attack with the Juggernaut, or let's say a back row attacker, which is in this case, let's say fullback, agile fullback, still also 20k with the marks 30k. You attack with him, and then use the skill of Spiking Cyclone when you attack with your Rising to restand him. So then you get the counter charge back, which is good because we didn't have a good counter charge. We had two. We have the grade 3 and the grade 0, but both of them are situational. We would not use them. Well, this card is a good card to use. You could agile fullback into this guy and whatever grade 2 you want to create on the field, and pretty much that's pretty good. Like, he will give you the counter charge back, so agile fullback is kind of free. Also, he gives you soul, which is also pretty damn good. So that's it for the second ability. Now we go to the first ability. The first ability stat: when this unit is placed on Guardian Circle, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 3. Choose one of your opponent's front row units and move all of your opponent's force markers to that unit's circle. Alright, so this is a good counter for a specific decks, like DP, like Genesis, like you could maybe say Shadow Paladins, but it's the strange thing about this is it only works against Force clans, and also it pretty much works best against Force 2. So yeah, it is definitely good, because the bad thing is you don't really choose the timing yourself. It's up to the opponent, because you choose one of your opponent's front units with all of your opponent's force markers to that unit, but they need to attack. But the good thing about it is it's up to you to choose. It doesn't really have to be that attacking unit. So let's say that they attack first with the unit that has the force markers, or they attack with whatever unit first, and then they attack with their Vanguard, and then you activate the skill. You move all of the markers to one of their front row units that already attacked, which is good because their Vanguard loses the force markers. And with that, like with something like a Kaguro, or with something like Genesis, if they play Valkyrians, you can pretty much destroy the whole deck if you want to. So yeah, a very, very, very strong ability. The downside, the heavies also. It's a heavy cost, like Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 3. In V, it's kind of too much. It's really a lot to pay in the normal Rising deck. But in Premium, it's a different story. Premium, it's a very, very, very different story. And you could use it actually pretty easy. So, of course, there is more to it than if we go and search. Like, we could search set 6 overdress Vanguards, then we get into our newest set, and if we check here, we have Dark State, and we got one of the cards, which is this boy. So this is set 6 from Overdress, and this boy has a very, very interesting ability. What he says is when you Soul Blast 2 or more, you are Soul Blasting 2 or more, At the same time, during one of your card's ability or cost of the ability, this unit get +5 until the end of turn. If you soul blasted 3 or more at the same time, count +1, choose a card from your drop zone, put it into your soul. Choose one of your opponent's Vanguards with the same grade as that unit and retire it. So if you have this on the field and you guard with Jumbo the Stungun, then pretty much for a Soul Blast of 3 and a Counter Blast of 2, you could not only move the markers, you could also retire one of your opponent's units. And with that, you pretty much could kind of stop their combo. Again, this is, of course, this card you could not play in V, but it is playable in Overdress. As Overdress, I mean in Premium. As pretty much you could attack uh, with Galley Gabrius. You could just attack with Galley Gabrius, and then you use the skill to call Jumbo the Stungun in the front row, because it said put on the Guardian Circle, so this boy could intercept and his skill will activate. So it's just put is just like move. It doesn't say placed. It needs to stay placed. If it say these units need to be placed, then intercepting would not work, like with maximum skill. But yeah, let's continue. So you could still intercept with him, and you could use his ability. So pretty much with Galley Gabrius, you could call this like in the back row or whatever, and you could call this in the front row, and pretty much you had the combo done. If you already have him on the view in your hand, then you could just call this to the back row. I mean, it is far fetched, but it's playable. It's possible to get that. A Counter Blast of 2 and a Soul Blast of 3. I mean, depending which deck you're playing in Premium, I guess it is playable. Yeah. I do see myself tagging a copy of him in the deck. I don't feel necessary of playing this boy, but it's playable. Then we talk about hand traps and spike buttons, because we have Fiona already, and she pretty much could destroy lots of decks. And some people may be a little bit angry about it, but not that much, because spikes don't really top a lot, and it's definitely not seen as one of the top tier decks. Although Galley Gabrius could bring Spike to a new level, that deck doesn't really play Fiona, or you could tag a copy of 2 of Fiona deck. I do tag 1 copy of her, also because of the fact that she could power up one of your units, as she's a grade 2 and you keep calling grade 2s. The downside to hand traps is that it does irritate people, and it's something that some people say should not exist in Vanguard. So why give it to Spike? Well, if we talk about hand traps and the history of hand traps, I mean, hand traps exists for a while now, and the first really good effective hand trap was, of course, Denial Griffin, as Denial Griffin pretty much could just destroy a whole opponent combo just by discarding the heal. So the moment that they gave us Heal Guardians, G Guardians, the moment that Heal Guardians kind of worked as also our hand traps in my opinion, but G Guardians, especially G Guardians, the moment that they gave us G Guardians was the moment that they actually said okay to hand traps, and because of that we have hand traps right now. So you can't just out of nothing say hand traps should not exist, and because Spike Brothers doesn't really have the strongest G Guardians when it comes to interrupting your opponent's play. They don't have anything that interrupts your opponent's play. I think it's fine that we got some hand traps that could interrupt your opponent's play. Like Mega Coney has it with the Blitzer. There are other clans. Genesis has it with the promo grade 2. Yeah, I think it's fine that that Spikes has it. They're stronger hand traps than we have seen, uh, but yeah, that's pretty much it. My opinion on hand traps, my opinion on the new Jumbo the Stungun, and a little bit of recap on my opinion on Fiona. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in our channel. If you guys are interested how Jumbo the Stungun will translate into the already strong deck that we play in V and in Premium, let me know and I will show you guys some builds that you can see these guys in here. The reason why I wait a little bit before I reveal a card is because I want to know for sure the skill is right, the way they translate it, and I also want to playtest it a little bit. That's pretty much it. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for tuning in our channel. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. And I want to know what you think of hand traps. I want to know what you think of Jumbo the Stinger. Is it an overrated card? Is it not that good? Is it pretty good? Is it insane? Is it crazy? Let me know what you think about it. Thanks again. Until next time.